What's up, everybody? The moment you've all been waiting for. I really hope that as your final act, I am the moment that you've all been waiting for. But that's a little arrogant to think that. But I mean, after all, it is my event. So, you know, it can't be too arrogant. I don't know. You be the judge. But listen, we have had amazing speakers here. And we have had the best speakers that I know of. That's why I reach out to these people. There's lots of professional speakers. There's lots of people that make big money and they travel and they're on tour and they're doing all this stuff. What I like to do is bring the best of the best to you, right? And sometimes the best isn't the most known. Sometimes the best isn't the person with 1 million followers on social media. And some of our guys have millions of followers on social media. But some of the best speakers is what I have brought to you in the best of the best, right? Whether they have big followings or not, I know that you guys have learned a ton from them, but now it's your turn to learn from me. I get to do this stuff for a living. You know, I like to think that I'm one of the best speakers too, and hopefully a lot of you would agree with that. And I get to do what I do best, which is just bring powerful information to you and entertain the fuck out of you in the process, okay? But here's what I need you to do, okay? Now, this is important, what I'm going to walk you through. Even if you've done this before, or if you've read the G-Code book in chapter 3, then you know what I'm about to do. But we got a lot of new people that wouldn't have made it to the event, that aren't in Apex, that don't know me. They've heard of Heath Evans or Mike O'Hearn or John Cheplack or Vince Reed or Satima Gali or Kent Clothier, and that's why you're here. And this is the first time that you've ever heard from me. So first of all, I'd just like to thank you for putting up with me for the next 45 minutes or so. But this is what I've got for you. I'm going to give you an opportunity to do the most powerful exercise you will ever do in your life. And I'm not talking about push-ups or any of that stuff. I'm talking about a mental exercise that I'm going to take you through that I know has changed 20,000 plus lives in the short time that I've been doing this. The first time I ever did this, I did on the fly. It just came to me from nowhere. It was like I downloaded it from the cloud. And I was on the stage at Ed Milet and Andy Frisella's event. Now, that was a big honor for me because that was Ed and Andy's very first event. And out of anybody they could have chosen in the world to speak, anybody, I mean, those guys are they're my idols, and they're two of the most connected fellas on the planet. Out of anybody they could have they chose me. And so I knew when I got on stage, I had to bring it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do something all the time and you're used to it. You're like, oh, I do this all the time. I'm good at it, or I've got experience here. But then you get called up to the big leagues, right? Like you're playing college ball and you're good, and now the NFL calls. Like, oh shit, man, I got to step my game up. So when I stepped out on the stage, I had no idea what the hell I was going to say or do. And it just came to me out of nowhere. And once I finished this is how I knew it was good and how it was going to be a part of my routine forever, is when I stepped off the stage, backstage, Ed Milet and Andy were both sitting there clapping for me. And Ed walked up to me and goes, that was fucking cool, man. I'm going to do that. I'm going to take that from you. And I said, no, you are not, Ed. That is mine. I got it. It's mine. You can't have it. Can't, unless you want to give me credit for it. You can do it, but only if you give me credit, right? But that was how I knew this was a very powerful thing. The last time I did this live, I was actually in front of about 3,000 people in Arizona. It was the last speaking event that I did. Right now it's April when I'm recording this, and March I had 6 speaking gigs lined up. Like to the point where they were back to back to back. I had to rent private jets and shit to get to them. We ended up not being able to do any of them because of this pandemic. So I was going to do 6 speaking gigs in March, then turn around and put this event on for 1,000 people with my friends. And obviously this ruined all of that. But the last time I got to speak was in Arizona, and I did this exercise in front of 3,000 people. Now we're talking construction workers, right? And these are hard dudes, right? These are like fucking hardcore people. And tons of them came up to me. Like when I say tons, I mean these are big muscular guys, right? So literally tons of them came up to me afterwards and were like, man, I had tears in my eyes. You changed my life. So if it works for hardcore construction guys, it'll work for you. If it worked for Ed Milet, it'll work for you. And so I want you to take what I'm about to do very serious. I'm going to hypnotize you and give you some commands here. And I don't want you to half-step this process, okay? I don't want you to go, oh, well, that sounds cool, but I'm not going to fucking play along because he doesn't know because I'm behind the computer, okay? It's not the case here. I need you to play all in with me. So I just need one agreement from you before we get started here, and I stop wasting time and we get to the meat of this presentation. I just need one agreement from you that for the next 5 minutes, you'll play all in with me. Will you do that for me? Just leave a comment over there, wherever the comments are on this video. Leave a comment saying, yes, 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 I'm in. I'll play all in. And I need to know that you're a part of this, right? My team's monitoring it. I need to know that you're willing to play all in because I am about to literally change the idea of who you are. I am literally going to transform how you see yourself. I'm literally going to make you a better version of yourself starting today, but you have to play all in with me for the next 5 minutes only. After that, you can turn the fucking video off and go on about your way. I'll never notice the difference anyway because I've already got the view count on YouTube. So anyway, I need you to play all in. You want to play all in with me? Let's go. Okay, first of all, I need you to stand up, okay? If you're in your office, you're probably at fucking home. Who are we kidding, right? So you're at home, so stand the fuck up, okay? I need you to stand up, and I need you to stand just like this with your eyes closed, okay? And now what you're going to do is you're not going to open your eyes again. I'm going to turn my back to you here in a second. And you're not going to open your eyes again until I tell you. So until you hear the word, once I say close your eyes, until you hear the word open your eyes, no matter what I say, do not open your eyes. Okay? Do not open your eyes. Now, when you stand up, make sure there's a little room around you. 2 or 3 feet to the right, 2 or 3 feet to the left. Just make sure that there's some room around yourself, right? Because we're going to have you do some different stuff. But I need you to stand up, okay? So on the count of 3, you're going to close your eyes. 1, 2, 3, close your eyes. Do not open your eyes again until I tell you to. Do not open your eyes again until I tell you to, okay? So I need you to put your feet close together, stand up, and here's what we're going to do. Keep your eyes closed, silence your mind. I'm going to give you 30 seconds or so to silence your mind. Eyes closed. Don't think about anything. Now, all right, with your eyes closed, I need you to turn your head over your right shoulder as if you're standing straight ahead with your head cocked to the right and you're looking at someone standing next to you. That person standing next to you is the most elite version of yourself. So if you were the best version of yourself that you could be, this is what I want you to vision standing next to you. Okay, keep your eyes closed and use your imagination. Okay, that's what I tell my kids all the time. Use your imagination. Okay. Let's start at the feet. You look down at the feet, you're barefooted. Are your toes painted? Ladies, guys, if you're into that shit. Are your toes painted? Do you have big hairy feet or do you have shaved feet? Now make your way up the calves. Imagine this. Don't open your eyes. Keep your eyes closed. Imagine this. Now do you have muscular calves or do you have soft legs? Are they shaved? Are they hairy? Now make your way up to the quads. What do your quads look like? Are they muscular? Are they hairy? Are they shaved? Now think about your midsection, right? With your eyes closed, head cocked to the right. Don't move your head. Don't open your eyes till I tell you. Think about your midsection. You have a pot belly? Are you ripped? If you were the most elite version of yourself, if you had done everything that you're supposed to do to be the best version for yourself, God, your spouse, your family, your friends, your business, imagine what you would look like. Let's think about your chest. What does your chest look like? Is it hairy? Is it shaved? Muscles? No muscles? You know, ladies, boobs, big boobs, small boobs, little boobs, the best version of yourself. Your arms, your biceps, okay? Imagine yourself just standing there, the most elite version of yourself, just naked as the day you were born, okay? Now, look at your face. Do you have a beard? You shaved? How's your hair? Right? Even if you're a bald man that misses your hair, there's ways to replace hair. They got hair treatment programs. So imagine if you were the best version of yourself, would you have hair? Okay? Now let's put some clothes on you. Let's go back down to the feet. Eyes closed, head still tilted to the right, looking at the person standing next to you. What kind of shoes do you have on? Are they Vans like me? Or are they dress shoes? Are they Gucci's? Are they Louboutins? Are they high heels? Are they flats? Sandals? If you were the most elite version of yourself, what would that look like? Now, do you have jeans on? Do you have khakis on? Do you have a skirt on? Do you have shorts on? And there's no wrong answers to this. Just imagine if you were the most elite physical specimen that you could possibly be, how would you dress? For me, it's black jeans, black shoes, and a black t-shirt with a nice watch, right? For you, it might be earrings and jewelry. It might be nice rings. It might be a dress or skirt or jeans or a kilt, whatever you're into, right? But imagine the most elite version of yourself standing there. Your hair's groomed. You're very well taken care of. Do you have tattoos? No tattoos? Now just imagine that person standing next to you. Now I want you to imagine what that person feels like, with your eyes closed, your head still tilted to the right, what that person feels like financially. You've got all the money that you could ever need. For some of you, that's hundreds of thousands of dollars. For some of you, it's millions. For some of you, it's billions. Imagine this person has no worries about money. They're debt-free. They're financially set. Their business is running on all cylinders. The most elite version physically of yourself, the most elite version financially of yourself. Your business is working. Your employees adore you. Your boss adores you. You are doing everything that you're supposed to do to be the best version of yourself. You've got no money problems, no credit card debt. You own everything. Everything is totally fine, and you have no financial stress. Now, imagine how those two are related. You look your best, and you are performing your best financially as well. So now let's talk about the next thing. Imagine how that person must think and feel, right? Imagine how confident the most elite version of yourself must be. Imagine how grateful for being debt-free and for being in good shape and for being healthy. Imagine how that must feel mentally, right? That person standing next to you looks beautiful. They're financially taken care of, and they've got a locked-in, dialed-in mindset that's unshakable. The trolls don't matter. The haters don't matter. The people who doubted you don't matter anymore. Matter of fact, the people who doubted you in the beginning, now they're super fans of yours. Now think about the people that are involved in your life. Your spouse loves you and adores you. You're your spouse's idol. He or she is so grateful every day to be married to you, and you're so grateful to be married to them as well. Think about how your kids look up to you. You're their hero. I know when I walk in my house every day from work, my kids, the first thing they scream at the top of their lungs, "Daddy!" That's the hero chant. Even if you have older kids, when they see you, they still come screaming. I hope my kids are 40 years old and I'm 80, and they see me and they're like, "Daddy!" Because I want to stand up and be the most elite version of myself for them. Now imagine how your friends talk about you when you're not around. They say how good of a person you are. And by the way, real friends talk shit to your face and talk good about you behind your back. Imagine what your spouse says when she's out with her girlfriends or he's out with his homeboys. "Oh man, my wife is so amazing. My husband is an amazing person. He's good in the sack. He's hung like a horse," right? Like, think about these things, right? How that must feel, what that makes you feel like, what you look like, and how every area of your life is elite. You are elite physically. You are elite fashionably. You are elite financially. You are elite with your family. You are elite with your friends. Imagine if you're the best version of yourself and the most elite version of yourself, imagine the types of friends that you have. I know as a person that works on being the most elite version of myself, my friends are professional athletes, the speakers that you've seen at this event, millionaires, billionaires. These are because I'm the best version of myself. That's who's in my life. Now, maybe money's not the thing for you, right? Maybe you just want people that love you and people that are around you despite the money they make. But guess what? You don't have those friends that talk behind your back. You don't have those family members who hate on you and doubt you every time you start a new venture. Because why? Because you're being the most elite version of yourself. So I want you to take a minute and examine the feelings, the emotions, the looks, and the life of that person standing next to you that's the most elite version of yourself. Just take a minute here and let that come to you. Just imagine, with your eyes closed and your head turned, just look at that person in admiration. Now, what I want you to do with your eyes closed and your head still turned to the right, I want you to take one step over and plant your feet in the same exact place where the feet that I originally had you imagine were. And with your eyes closed, turn your head forward and open your eyes. You see, that person that you just imagined is who God created you to be. Whether you believe in God or not, that's who you were created to be. So one thing we can all agree on, because I just did the whole exercise with you, I do it every single time myself, is that we got work to do. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to learn about the work that we've got to do in order to become that person standing next to us. I'm going to give you a routine. I'm going to give you some levels. And I'm going to give you the transitions that you have to go through in order to become that person. But here's the thing. That person you saw is a result of lifelong commitments. in every area of their life. That person that you saw is a person that never said, well, I'll take the day off. That person that you saw was never the person that said, I'll take the day off from being a good father today. I'll take the day off from being a good spouse today. I'll take the day off from being a good friend. I'll take the day off from going to the gym. I'll take the day off from my diet. I'll take the day off from my work. I'll take the day off from having a good mindset. That is a person that played full on their entire life. But let me tell you this, all of us miss the mark because we're flawed humans. But that's not an excuse. That's a reason to get rededicated to becoming the best version of yourself. Okay? It's not an excuse. Well, I already fucked that up. Because listen, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The best time to be that person was the last 20, 30, 40 years of your life, or if you're older, right? The best time to get started on working on becoming that person is right motherfucking now. And that's what you're here for, and that's what I'm going to help you with. So tell me a little bit about what you saw in the comments. Like, who did you imagine? Where do you think the areas that you need to work on the most are? Just let me know in the comments, because once I'm done speaking here and once this is done streaming, I'm going to go read those comments, and I want to help you guys, right? I'm going to reply to some of them. I'm going to encourage you and everything else. But here's what you've got to do. And here's what you need to do to become that person. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is right now. So you need to make a decision. See, I'm going to simplify things for you, okay? But what simplification does is it forces you to come face to face and confront the decision of if you want to be that person. This pandemic ain't shit, ladies and gentlemen. This fucking coronavirus ain't shit. If you're the most elite version of yourself and you're 100% healthy, you'll beat this like my healthy friends that caught this shit beat it and didn't even need a vaccination. They didn't need medications. They just fucking muscled through the shit. Right? Why? Because they've been the most elite version. You think if Mike O'Hearn caught the coronavirus, that shit would stop him? Fuck no, it won't. He's the most elite version of himself physically. He's a fucking Greek god that belongs on top of fucking trophies. That shit ain't gonna stop him. Same with Cheplak. It ain't gonna stop him. But those guys I know, Mike O'Hearn has put in the work for the last 30 or 40 years of his life. I believe he's 52 now. And he's put in the work to where the shit can't affect him. My buddy Cheplak, right, who interviewed him, he's put in the work. The shit can't affect him, right? If you've done the right things in your business and you focus on your business, this shit shouldn't stop you. I have some friends right now who are making more money than ever before. And I don't mean to brag, but I'm making more money than ever before. Why? Because I didn't say, oh shit, this is a reason for me to fail. I said, oh shit, this is a reason for me to get rededicated to doing more, working harder, and pushing through this, because that's what the most elite version of myself would do. And that's who I want to be. Am I that person? No. Because every time I have that vision in my life, every time I do this from the stage, I always see a better and bigger and more amazing version of myself. No matter how hard I'm working, it's like the carrot on the stick in front of a donkey. I'm always chasing that. Now here's what I know. There's nothing that can stop you from becoming that other than you. The only thing stopping you from becoming the vision that you saw that God created you to be is your mentality and your ability and your commitment to becoming that person and your will to actually want that person. See, here's what my biggest gift on this entire planet is. It's not sales. It's not marketing. It's not speaking from the stage. It's not knowing how to dress in all black, right? It's not any of that. It's not my ability to negotiate car deals. It's not how good I am in bed. It's not the fact that I got a beautiful wife. It's not any of that. My greatest gift that God gave me is the gift of simplicity. I can take super complicated things and I can make them super simple, because here's what I know about simplifying things. See, simplicity sells the subconscious, right? So when something's simple, you can comprehend it, and simplicity removes excuses. Okay, now what you think about that? If something's simple, the only thing keeping you from actually doing it is your effort to actually make the thing a reality. That's it. But see, a lot of us, we like to make things complex, because complexity kills. Because if it's complicated, we can't understand it, and that makes us have an excuse to be able to not do it. Oh, it's complicated to do that. You know, he's a smart person, I'm an idiot, I can't do that. That shit's complex. It's not. Everything on this planet is simple. 7 colors, 10 numbers. We humans complicate everything else. I need you to understand that. It's one of my favorite quotes. Everything on this planet is simple. 10 numbers, 7 colors. We complicate everything else. So with the biggest gift of mine being simplicity, and simplicity the thing that sells your subconscious, today I'm going to give you the simple stuff that's going to help you become the most elite version of yourself. But here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen. In order for simplicity to sell, you have to make 2 things, a decision and a commitment. Just because something's simple doesn't mean it's easy. See, simple and easy are not synonymous, right? It's simple to know you got to go to the gym every day if you want to become the most elite physical version of yourself. It's simple to know that you got to be on a good diet if you want to become the most elite version of yourself. Doesn't mean it's easy. I love pizza just as much as the next motherfucker, right? I'd love to fucking lay in bed next to my beautiful wife that was up here on the stage earlier with me and not go to the gym. Trust me. She feels a lot better than a cold-ass bar in wintertime in a fucking gym with no heat or AC. She feels a lot better than a hot-ass bar in the fucking summertime in a gym with no AC. Trust me. It'd be a lot easier for me to lay in bed. But that's not what the elite version of Ryan would do. That's not who God's called me to be. That's not, and whether you're religious or not, doesn't matter. It's not who you were called to be on this planet, period, as a person, whether you believe in a divine creator or not. But as Tony Robbins once said, if you don't believe in God, that's kind of like believing a tornado blew through a paper factory in the dictionary as a result of that. Something created us, okay? And something created us to live a simple life. Now, simple doesn't mean poor. Simple doesn't mean stupid. Simple doesn't mean that, oh, I'm just supposed to be simple Greg, like fucking, Tropic Thunder, right? No, that's not the case at all, right? Simple means now it's simplified. The hard part is to do the work and put in the effort. Now that you have a simple solution, you have to work towards it, okay? So that's my big gift. But that also means that you're faced with the decision to become committed to being the most elite version of yourself. You see, for years, I helped people become master marketers. For years, I helped people become master salespeople. For years, I helped people become millionaires. But here's what happened as a direct result of that, okay? I'd help somebody become a millionaire and not become the most elite version of themselves. They get a cocaine habit and they fuck up their wife and their life. I've seen it happen. This is why I started doing things the way that I do them now and giving the speeches that I give now instead of just being the sales guy, right? I am a sales guy, true and true. But the most elite version of myself isn't just a sales guy. The most elite version of myself is this complete picture. I am a marketer, true and true. I got you to watch this video, didn't I? But here's the thing. If I'm going to be a marketer, that's just a small portion of elitism. I want to be elite across the board. I don't want to be average. I don't want to be a victim of the force of average. I don't want to be a victim to distractions. So now you're faced with this decision. If you want to become that person, it's real simple, and I'm going to give you the formula to get there. But the hard part is staying committed and doing the work every single day. You see, really, there's only 4 areas of life, and this is nothing new. Anybody that's rich, anybody that's successful, anybody that's elite will tell you there's really only 4 areas of life that you have to worry about. And I'm going to break each one of them down according to the G code. But here's what I do know. That if you, like in my past, I was a good businessman, a good salesman, I made a lot of money, was a shitty husband. In my past, I was a good businessman that made a lot of money, a shitty husband, and a drug addict. In my past, I was a person that was in great shape physically, and I made a bunch of money, but I was a shitty friend, a shitty husband, and I had a drug problem. So I wasn't elite. I was elite in a couple of areas, knew how to make some money, was a millionaire, right? But the problem was I was a fucking complete loser in other areas of my life. But I told myself, oh, it's okay because I'm in good shape and I make money. That's all it takes. Now, that's only half the equation, ladies and gentlemen. And if you truly want to be elite, you have to be elite in every area of your life. So the first area of your life is having a grateful mindset. You write this down. The first G in the G code is gratitude. You see, gratitude is the key, the simplest form of breaking down an abundant mindset. Now, you hear guys like Jim Rohn, right? That's my Jim Rohn impression, right? There we go. That's how he always did his stuff, right? He was great with tonality. But You hear the guys like Jim Rohn and Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins, they tell you, oh, you need an abundant mindset. And you think, what the fuck is an abundant mindset? How do I get that? I come from a life of scarcity. I grew up with humble beginnings. I grew up poor as shit. How the fuck am I going to have this abundant mindset when I've had everything in my life taken from me? I had my father taken from me at a young age. I had my ability to graduate high school taken from me at a young age. I had my ability to stay drug-free taken from me. I had my rights and freedoms taken from me when I was in jail. So I grew up with this big scarcity mindset because I lost everything in my fucking life. So how the fuck am I going to think abundant? So I had to drill down to the simplest form of abundance. What is the simplest form of abundance? Okay? So the opposite of gratitude is fear. Think about this for a minute. The opposite of gratitude is fear. If you're grateful for everything, then the opposite of gratitude is fear. Why? Because the opposite of gratitude is scarcity, right? An abundant mindset is abundance, everything. Scarcity is you are scared that you're going to lose stuff. So the key to having an abundant mindset is gratitude, right? The key to having a fucked up mindset is scarcity. And scarcity, scared, is root word, which is synonymous with fear. I'm scared, I'm fearful, okay? So we're going to work on what it takes to have a grateful mindset. First of all, you have to start programming subconsciously things to be grateful for. Right now, you can be pissed off that the governor shut down the fucking state, that the president didn't do his job, that you lost your fucking job. You can be pissed off about those things. Or you can choose to be grateful in all things. Hey, I got a new beginning. My friend Keith Craft, who you heard yesterday, you know, his whole thing about transformation was that a caterpillar has to go into a cocoon and remove itself from everything that was around it, change what it physically is in order for it to become the best version of itself, a butterfly. Right now, we're going through that cocoon, just like he said. So you can choose to be grateful for the opportunity to have transformation in your life, okay? So what do you be grateful for? Every day, the first thing you need to do when you wake up, and you can go to gcodechallenge.com, okay, and you can get the free app, G-Code app. The first thing that you need to do is you need to wake up in the morning, open up the app, and write 5 things that you're grateful for. Not at 10 o'clock in the morning, not halfway through your day, first thing in the morning. Why? Because first thing that happens when we wake up in the morning, we read our emails and we start getting scared. An employee is calling in sick. A deal didn't go through. No good emails happen after we go to sleep, right? No good nobody ever wakes up to a text in the morning. It's like, man, it's 2 in the morning. I fucking love you. No, it's 2 in the morning. You're a fucking piece of shit. So before you get into all that, you got to open up the app or even get a piece of paper. I don't give a fuck how you do it. I made the app for you for free, but if you just want to write them down on a piece of paper, you need to write 5 things you're grateful for. And every day we can find 5 things we're grateful for, right? We can be grateful for our spouse. Can be grateful for our health, grateful that we woke up alive, grateful that we're not in prison, grateful that we got at least $1 to our name, grateful that we know we're going to eat, grateful we got a roof over our head. There's always reasons to be grateful. And once you start finding reasons to be grateful, what happens is you're triggering your subconscious to look for things to be grateful for. And when you're grateful for things, the grateful things come your way, and that's the key to abundance. The second thing is your genetics. So the second G is your genetics. Genetics consists of 2 parts. Your health, diet, and exercise, right? So your overall health is diet and exercise. So every day, after you've written down 5 things you're grateful for, go do your morning routine, get your coffee, take a dump, whatever the fuck you do, right? And then go to the gym. Go exercise, go run, go walk, go do something to burn calories. Here's a simple equation on how you get fat or how you stay thin, okay? Calories consumed minus calories burned equals calories retained. I learned that from an old mentor of mine, Tad Tomaseski. He was a bodybuilder. Calories consumed minus calories burned equal calories retained. So listen, you don't have to go on the keto diet or the fucking caveman diet, was the paleo diet, or any of that shit. Listen, if you will just cut out 300 calories a day from your diet, okay, think about this for a second. 300 calories a day, that's like 2 Cokes. That's like a handful of French fries. If you'll just cut out 300 calories from your diet a day, no more, no less, 300, that's the equivalent of 162 hours on a treadmill at 5 miles per hour throughout the year. Think about that. 162 fucking hours on a treadmill, walking at 5, or jogging if you're slow as hell like me, at 5 miles an hour. And all it is you sacrifice a couple Cokes a day. And you don't even have to sacrifice a couple Cokes. They make Coke Zero. Go from drinking regular Coke to Coke Zero. Go from eating a large fry and a whole hamburger to a small fry and 3/4 of a hamburger. Your body's going to still get the calories it needs. I'm not telling you can't have pizza. Maybe you have 3 pieces instead of 5. Maybe you don't eat the whole fucking large pizza. And then working out. Here's the thing about working out. Here's why exercise is so important. We were genetically created to go chase down food and kill it. That's why we get hangry, right? Because we got to be angry enough and hungry enough to go kill something and eat it. And back in the day, we had to kill stuff with our bare hands, right? A spear, a stick. We had to jump on it. Okay? Now we go to the store, we point out what the fuck we want, we load up our grocery cart with everything but toilet paper, because that shit's fucking like gold right now. And then, you know, we just go home and we cook whatever the fuck we want. Handful of Skittles here, a fucking glass of vodka over here, you know, fucking as many French fries, a bag of chips, a fucking bunch of junk food, right? No, we were designed to go out and hunt and kill. Even if you're a vegan or whatever, then good. You were designed to go out and dig fucking holes and pull fucking plants out of the ground. That's still exercise. Okay? So watch what you eat, but then right now, many of you spend all day sitting behind a desk. Many of you spend all day doing shit that doesn't cause you to burn those calories. Okay? And so what you got to do is you got to exercise. Get it done first thing in the morning. For guys, that's when your testosterone levels are at the highest, which means that you're going to get the most impact. See, what happens when you procrastinate working out all day long and you go work out in the evening after you're mentally exhausted, your reticular activating system is fucking deactivated, then you don't work out as good. You just don't. It's a proven fact. Science. Google it. Look it up. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, it's the truth. It's diet and exercise. The third G is your grind. That's your job. We got to go on the grind every day. We got to go grind it out. We got to go hustle it up. We got to go make some G shit. We got to go make the G's. We got to go stack the G's. We got to go get them racks. We got to go get them stacks, right? Okay? So your work consists of 3 things that you need to focus on every single day. And by the way, you write down 5 things every day. Not Monday through Friday, Sunday through fucking Monday, homie. Or Sunday through Saturday, okay? Every day, 5 things minimum that you write down. Every day, diet and exercise. Fuck a cheat day. Cheat days don't get you to become an elite version of yourself. Right now, like me on the weekends, I need my muscles to recover because Mark is a fucking torturous fucking bastard and puts me through the goddamn ringer in the gym every day. Fuck you, Mark. You know what I mean. And so the thing is, on the weekend, I still exercise, but I do shit with my boys. We go 4-wheeling. We go fishing. We go rolling through the park. We mobbing. You know what I'm saying? But so back to your grind. Your grind consists of 3 things. 3 things you have to focus on daily. It's not a 10x commitment, and I'm not hating on Grant Cardone. But 10x obviously ain't working for that motherfucker right this second. Right? He 10x'd everything, now he's in big ass trouble. I believe in 0.001x. If you break the shit down to a daily amount, for example, I want to become a millionaire forever. I make $500,000, $700,000 a year. Fuck, man, how am I going to make $1 million in a year? When I broke that shit down to $3,000 a day, the first year that I focused on $3,000 a day only, I made $2 million in a year. First year ever. I never took my foot off the gas. I just fucking set a daily goal and got after it. If you want to, I'll go back to this for a second. If you want to lose 30 pounds, you don't need to lose 30 pounds in a month. Right? Lose a half a pound a day for 60 days and then keep it off by continuing to do the things that you did to lose a half a pound a day. Fuck the force of average. This is how you fuck the force of average, with focus. That's what the G code is. It teaches you to focus and what to focus on. Because here's what the force of average does, is it distracts you. In the book Art of War, you have to know your enemy. And then you have to know your enemy's weapon of choice so that you can choose to go into battle with an equal or more powerful weapon. The force of average has one weapon. It distracts you. So focus is a superpower. And I don't know why I just saw Christine Green's daughter in my head when I said that. But focus is a superpower. And that is a more powerful weapon than distraction. So if the force of average is trying to distract you from working out, trying to distract you from your diet, trying to distract you with a negative mindset and a scarcity mindset, trying to distract you from focusing on the shit on your work, then your job is to stay focused daily so that you can beat the force of average. Now, on your grind, there's 3 things you need to focus on daily. The corporations that you are in charge of. If you're a boss, that means the companies that you run. For me, I pay my employees first and myself last. I don't give a fuck who says pay themselves first. That's what an arrogant asshole does. 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, however fucking long it's been since we were in quarantine, I walked into my office. I told everybody here their job is safe. I will not fire a single one of them. If I have to sell my cars, if I have to sell assets, if I have to sell my fucking house, they're going to keep their job. Why? Because I put people first, because that's what the elite version of me would do. I focus on the corporation. If I'm an employee, then I focus on doing what's right for the corporation. I am an employee of my corporation. See, when you're a salesperson, self-employed, it's all about you. You work, you get paid. When you're a CEO, it has to become about others and you get paid last. I know that's not how Wall Street works. I know that's not how the banking industry works, but that's how it fucking works. So you focus on the corporation. The second thing is you focus on your employees. What's best for the people that work for you or around you, or what's best for you as an employee for the people that you work for. You be the most elite version of yourself. You work harder than everybody else. You lead the way. I'm not a boss. Nobody works for me. I work with you. We work together. I am a leader. That's what the most elite version of myself would do. The third thing is your clients and referral partners. So every day, if I'm focused on what's best for the corporation, what's best for my employees, and what's best for the people who pay me money and send me people who pay me money, then I've got practices and goals every single day to make sure that I'm the best and most elite version for them, and I focus on them. The fourth and most important part of this equation is the group of people that you're surrounded with. Your spouse, your kids, your friends, your family of choice. I don't have a family of origin. I have a family of choice. I chose to marry Amy. I chose to bring Jax, Asher, and Colton into this world and be their father. I chose to have Danny and Christine and Alex and all the other great people like Jose that work with me. I chose to do life with them. I chose to have friends like Ryan and Keith and Kent and Satima. I chose to have them in my life. They are my family of choice. Because here's an age-old saying, if you hang out with 4 millionaires, most likely you'll be the 5th. If you hang out with 4 Christians, most likely you'll be the 5th. If you hang out with 4 good people, most likely you'll be the 5th. Guess what happens if you hang out with 4 drug addicts? You guessed it. You're gonna be on the rock. You know, you're gonna be missing teeth. It's only gonna be a matter of months, right? Guess what? If you hang out with 4 losers, guess what you're gonna be? The 5th. If you hang out with 4 negative motherfuckers, guess what you're gonna be? The 5th. So the people that you choose to do life with is the most important people in your life. Why? Because if I got fat, Mark Zalmanoff would say, hey man, what the fuck are you eating at home, you fat fuck? He would, in his own little nice way, but he would. If I'm slipping at work, not making any money, guys like Kent Clother that I talk to every Wednesday at 5 p.m., Kent's going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you blowing your money on? Why are you not working? Why are you taking days off? What are you doing? He's going to hold me accountable. If I'm not pushing myself at home, my wife is going to say, dude, who is this guy? What are you doing? You got to get back. You got to get your shit together, Ryan. No pussy for you until you fucking get your shit together, right? And that's a big motivating factor for me, right? But do you have the right people in your life? They're not going to let you fail. They're not going to let you not. When you hang out with elite people, they're going to hold you accountable to an elite standard. And if you don't meet that standard, guess what? They ain't going to be around you. Now, here's the second part of that. If you want elite people around you, the Ed Miletts, the Andy Frisellas, all these people, guess what you've got to do? You've got to be an elite person. And look, I'm not as rich as Ed and Andy, but they have repeatedly told me they accept me as one of their own because they know that I'm doing everything I can to get to their level financially. They know that I'm doing everything I can to get to their level genetically. I know Ed is a genetic freak and Andy has just fucking lost a tremendous amount of weight. I'm doing everything that I can to get to their level mindset-wise, and because they see me putting that hard work in, they've put their arms around me, even though we can't touch each other right now because of the pandemic shit, but they have done everything that they can to make me one of their own. Matter of fact, the other day I was running with my shirt off and I made a video because Mark was fucking torturing me, fucking Mark. And Andy sent me a message on Instagram and he's like, damn, bro, you're looking good. And I was like, hey man, it's the First Form supplements. They've legitimately helped me out so much. I've been taking First Form supplements for 2 years. I don't get paid from Andy to say that. I don't get paid from Andy at all. I just believe in their products and take it. And it's fucking changed my life. I take their vitamins, their protein bars, their fucking fish oil. I take it fucking all because it changed my life. But I also told Andy, it's like, so are you hitting on me? But that's neither here nor there. But here's the thing. When you hang out with the elite person, they're going to hold you to an elite standard. More importantly, if you're going to want to hang out and you want to hang out with elite people, you're going to have to hold yourself to an elite standard because Andy's not going to hang out with losers. Ed's not going to hang out with losers. David Goggins isn't going to hang out with losers. They're not going to do it. My Navy SEAL friends aren't going to hang out with losers. My business friends, my friends that are fitness people like Jason Poston and fucking Mike O'Hearn, they're not going to hang out with fucking out of shape motherfuckers. That's not how they get down. They want to be around elite people just like them. So I've got to do what I'm supposed to do to become that vision that I saw so that I can hang out with the right people. Because I know this, the group of people you hang out with dictates who you become. Which brings me to the end of my session here. I have assembled a group of elite people. We call that group Apex. And if you're not a part of it, I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to become a part of it. There's multiple levels to Apex, but we get everybody in on level 1. And it's a people that represent what winning looks like at all times, and a people who are in the pursuit of becoming the most elite version of themselves daily by focusing on the G code, which is the 4 areas that I just broke down for you. If you'd like to join Apex, it's very simple. It's $2,500 a year. But since you're watching this and you're a part of the Million Dollar Mastermind, which means that you've made the effort to watch me and the other speakers and everything else, I'll let you in for life for $3,000. And when I say life, if I died after I get off stage here, there's 12 years of content in our program if you just watch 2 videos a day. So if you just watch one, there's 24 fucking years. So even if I left immediately, you've still got 12 to 24 years worth of fucking content that I've put back there. That's why I've got prolific written on my skin and a tattoo. Because I am prolific at creating things. Because I want to arm you with as much stuff as possible to become the most elite version of yourself. Mentally, physically, financially, and the family that's around you. So if you're interested, you want to join Apex, you got the next 24 hours. If you're watching this after 24 hours, the offer's off the table. $3,000 to do life with me and my crew and the people that work with me and the clients and the people that are chasing the pursuit of happiness, the pursuit of excellence, the pursuit of being elite. We've got folks that have lost hundreds of pounds since they've been with us. We've got folks that have become millionaires. We've got folks that have changed and transformed their marriage into the best version of a marriage that you could ever have, this complete relationship goals. We've got people who've transformed every area of their life, and you couldn't pry them away from our network if you tried. And the good thing is we all hold each other accountable because we're all on the same mission to represent what winning looks like at all times. And if you're going to win, you got to be elite. And if you're going to be elite, you got to put in the work every single day. So if you're expecting some get-rich-quick magic push-button program, I'm not your guy. I've simplified a process that requires work daily, which means that you got to make a decision if that's what you want or not. But it requires work daily. But when you put in that work, you become the most elite version of yourself. 4 years ago, I was a drug-addicted, anger fucking raging asshole that couldn't keep a friend, couldn't keep a client, tried to run, 5 years ago, tried to run everybody who ever tried to fucking love me out of my life. But once I started chasing the G code, and once I started fucking chasing and becoming the most elite version of myself, I have better friends than you could possibly imagine. My life is so much more cool off of social media than it is on. Now you might think that my life on social media is amazing. I'm telling you, it's 100 times better outside of social media. I hang out with celebrities. I don't take pictures with them because I'm not clout chasing. Why? Because in order to be elite, I just want to be in their circle. I don't want the fucking world to go, oh, well, he hangs out with this person. He must be cool. No, I'm hanging out with them because I'm trying to be the most elite friend I can be. Trying to be the most elite person that I can be for them. My entire life is transformed. If you've been following me online for any amount of time, you've seen the transformation, because once I had that vision, I started becoming that person and started making the moves and doing the work every day to become that person. And I can help you become that person too. We collectively can help you become Apex, which is the top. So if you're interested in that, then you can send Drewby Wilson a DM on Facebook, or you can put, hey, hit me up, Drewby, in the comments over here, and he will send you the link to get you signed up. Matt and Trevor are watching this as well. Matthew Edlin and Trevor Freeman will also reach out to you and help you get signed up in this. We want you to be a part of our family. We want to help push you towards the most elite version of yourself. We want to push you to have everything that you've ever wanted financially. We want to push you to have everything that you've ever wanted physically. We want to push you to have everything that you've ever wanted with your family, your friends, your mindset, and more. So thank you guys for coming to the Million Dollar Mastermind, spending time with us over the last 2 days. I really wish that we could have done it live, but obviously with things going on in the economy, it was just out of the books, which is why I decided to give this away to you for free. I hope you saw who you can become, and whether you decide to join us at Apex or not, I hope that you just put in the work to become that person. And it all starts by going to gcodechallenge.com and starting the daily G-code process. It will transform your mind. In 30 days, you lock a habit in. In 60 days, you create an unbreakable habit. And in 6 months, you'll look back and wonder how you ever lived your life the way that you used to live it. And you'll wonder who the fuck you were back then, because you'll know who you are right now. We'll see you next year. And what we're going to do, last thing I'm going to say, is we're going to try to throw this actual event in we're going to try to do it later on in the year. So you guys make sure that you subscribe to my website somewhere. Go to hardcorecloser.com and join up in the Sales Pro group, so that we'll announce and everything in there, because we're going to actually try to put this on live once all this shit clears out of the way. Even if we all got to show up with rubber gloves and mask on, we're going to fucking make it happen, all right? So we're not quitting here. We want to do this for you in person. But for right now, I thank you so much for joining us online over the last couple of days. Invite a friend to come watch these videos. Share these videos on social media. Have people check this stuff out. Send them in emails to people in DMs, so that we can transform more lives together. But the most important part, I think, of this entire event is for you to become the person you had in that vision. And if nobody's told you, and I truly mean this from the bottom of my heart, I love you. And at least you got one person on this planet that loves you enough to shoot you straight and give you the blueprint to have everything you want in life. Thank you.